Hey all, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, I want to welcome you. Who am I? My name is Eileen. I am the owner of Veer Up, which is an HR career consulting firm. We specialize in helping anyone who's looking for a job, or if you're transitioning into a new type of career, or if you need help for prepping for that next big interview, we can help you. Definitely check out my website. I put the link in the description box. But today I want to talk about if you're not getting callbacks, or if you're getting ghosted, or you're not getting hired, it could be because you suck at these things. And so we're going to jump right into it. But before we get started, please like this video, subscribe to my channel, and let's get started. Again, I know this video is a little different than some of the ones I put up in the past. And I know it sounds so negative when I say that you suck at certain things, but I think it's important that we be honest, because I work with so many people who are just not getting hired, but once they work with me and they hire me as their career coach, they get a job within 30 to 60 days. And so these are some things that I come to realize that a lot of people really suck at. And I'm going to give you some tips on how to not suck at these things. So, the first one we want to talk about is your resume. You may suck at creating a great resume. And another thing I know is a lot of people do not tailor their resume and cover letter to a specific job. I don't care how many jobs you're applying for, you need to make sure each resume and cover letter highlights the transferable skills that you have that match that job that you're applying for. Never send out a standard cover letter or resume for a job. It just shows that you're not putting any effort into it. And so you want to make sure that's the first thing. The second thing I see is that a lot of people do not have any type of metrics or numbers on their resume. It doesn't matter what it is that you do, but you need to show that you've done something with numbers, meaning that you either increase productivity or you decrease budgets or something like that. It has to show where you have done something with numbers and you're able to measure it in a positive way. Also, I notice a lot of people simply just have their job duties listed. You don't want to do that because they can look at a job description and just see, okay, this is what you do. No, you want to talk about things that you have implemented, things that you've done, not just the everyday average job duty. You want to use words such as facilitated, coordinated, or implemented on your resume. And the second thing that you may suck at is making sure your online presence is up to date. That is a kicker. If you are someone that you don't like to be on LinkedIn and you don't like to do social media, I get that. However, you are doing yourself a disservice because your LinkedIn profile is probably the most looked at things by recruiters. And so if your resume is not matching your LinkedIn, that's a red flag, especially for a hiring manager or a recruiter. And if it's outdated, because what it's saying to the recruiter and the hiring managers is number one, that you may be lazy because you don't take the time to update it. The second one is that you may not be technologically savvy and you don't want to appear that someone that does not know about technology. So even if you don't know how to do it, definitely reach out to me. I can show you how to update it, or I'm sure you have friends that can help you to update your LinkedIn, but it needs to be current. Anytime you get a promotion or if your job title changes, you want to make sure LinkedIn is up to date. And the next thing is you may suck at interviewing. Interviewing is something that you can learn. It is not something that I recommend that you just go in on a fly. That is never a good idea because what you have to think about is the interview is like a stage and you are performing. So you need to be able to showcase who you are, what talents you have, why they should hire you, and what problems you can solve for that company. And you can't just do that by winging it. You need to spend hours thinking about what you're going to talk about. And you also need to develop stories on how to explain what it is that you do, because there's nothing worse than going into an interview and you answer yes or no, or you can't walk the interviewer through step by step how you solve problems. And so, next, you may suck at networking. Networking is really important. Like I said, you want to make sure that you have an up to date LinkedIn page. And then you also want to make sure that you are reaching out to people in your network to let them know that you're looking for a job. Because I'm going to tell you, a lot of jobs are not even posted on Indeed or even on LinkedIn. Sometimes someone can know someone that's hiring. And so if you can get your network to talk for you, that will speak volumes because a lot of companies want to hire someone that somebody knows. And if you live in a place where the city or town is small, people are talking. So that's why it's important to make sure that you build your network. And so don't just use LinkedIn, also join professional organization. Go to meetings. You have to network if you really are serious about your career. And then the next thing is your personal brand. You may suck at having a really good personal brand. Personal brand is so important. Like everybody knows about a brand for an industry, but when you are looking for a job, you are your personal brand. So, like I said, if your LinkedIn is not up to date, that's your personal brand. It says something about you. If there's no online presence about you, that says something about your personal brand. So you want to make sure that your personal brand is up to date. And one of the things I recommend, especially for some new clients that I have, I ask them, what do you think your personal brand says to people? And a lot of times they really don't know. So I suggest that you get some of your closest friends, people that you've worked with that you trust, and ask them about your personal brand. Ask them, what is it that they see are your strengths? What do they see as your weaknesses? And what is it that you say about my personal brand? Like, what's one of the things that people say about me that you don't know? And I'm going to tell you, one of the things that I've learned for me is that sometimes I am really, really focused and I never pay attention to my surrounding. And so someone pulled me aside and I appreciated them for this because I had no idea. So people would speak to me and sometimes I wouldn't speak back because I'm so into whatever it is that I'm doing. I'm walking and they told me that that was my brand, that people think that I'm, not friendly because I never speak back. And another thing is I also had a hearing problem. So I'm already focused on not on tuning people out, but then I had a hearing problem as well. So that really changed my perspective. So I, made sure I corrected my hearing and then I made a point to make sure I am not tuning people out, because that truly could affect your personal brand. So those are things that you definitely want to take time out, that you may suck at, but you definitely can improve. And if you need my help, please reach out to me. I put my website and my contact information in the description box. And I hope that you found value in some of the information I provided. I truly, truly appreciate it. And then also, I would love to have my channel grow. So if you can hit that like button to help me to get in the algorithms to help other people. And then if you can subscribe to my channel, I truly appreciate it. Again, this is Eileen. Until next time, bye.